You're almost out of the picture. And now you're too much in the picture. We don't like it. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Critical Mass. Well, it's December, and we are in the Christmas spirit. Rudolph is looking over there. All right. Hey, I guess Captain America and nothing.
I got Christmas going on.
There he goes. So we decided we're going to review some holiday movies.
Holiday classics?
Holiday and movies. We'll have more. You'd be surprised what will pop up during the Christmas holiday season. But our first one is, since it's a holiday, we decided to talk about Holiday Inn. And that has got to be a classic.
Yeah, when did it come out? 2020, 2016?
Actually, they did a new one in 2017, so you're not too far off. But
Did they?
yeah,
Yeah, we're going all the way back.
we're going all the way back to Irving Berlin's original Holiday Inn right after this. Holiday Inn. If you haven't seen it, it is a musical. Definitely a musical. We have Bing Crosby.
But not a musical in the way that you picture a musical.
You have the crooner and the dancer.
Yeah.
So you have Fred Astaire dancing, best known dancer of all time. Bing Crosby, one of the deepest voices you'll ever hear.
Oh.
And it's the very first movie he sings White Christmas.
Apparently this is like a prequel or a precursor to White Christmas.
I would, I watched White Christmas first, and I was surprised at some of the things.
Similarities?
I would say that White Christmas is kind of like a sequel.
Yeah.
They're both in show business. The main character, Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
There are a lot of similarities.
They just
Yeah.
don't play the same
They don't play. They're not the
character,
same names
right?
by.
Had they given them the same names, they could have called it a sequel.
Yeah.
They could have. And of course, Marjorie Reynolds is the main love interest in this one as well. We start off, we have a successful act, a duo, a trio right now in doing the musicals on all the clubs and that. Like, we used to have actual dance clubs and things like that
And
with live performers. That, how good is that?
And a love triangle that's sort of going on.
That's sort of going on where Bing Crosby's character, he wants to just get away from the rat race. He wants to open up an inn, and he thinks he's like a farm, and he's going to live life like half his time is going to be just sitting out in front of his oak tree kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
right?
that's what he thinks farm life is going to be like.
That's right. And she doesn't really want that, and his partner, Fred Astaire's character, Ted, he kind of moves in with her, and her interests are kind of in line with his. They want to continue dancing and make money and become famous. And so they announce this to Bing Crosby, and they part ways.
Right. And he goes off and opens his farm, buys his farm.
He takes it really well, by the way.
He really
He
does.
does.
Yeah.
He
I was
takes it a lot better than I would.
Yeah, that's pretty mature. You just lost your fiance.
But he goes to the farm, and he finds out, hey, farm life, it's a lot harder than dancing and singing.
It's difficult.
It might be a little hard. So he comes up with the brilliant concept of, I can do this and still have my lazy ways, right? His lazy ways.
I really liked the concept, though. It's like a entertainment bed and breakfast.
Yeah. So he's going to open an inn. They're going to perform, but only on holidays. Hence the title Holiday Inn.
Now, maybe I'm dumb. Is that where the real Holiday Inn title came from?
I was actually wondering that myself. I'm not sure how long the actual hotels have been in business. We should look that up.
Because that would be neat.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Hence the title, Holiday Inn. And this is where we come in with the Linda Mason character. Marjorie Reynolds' character meets up with Bing Crosby's character, and she becomes the first performer at the inn, and they start kind of like a little romance.
Another sort of love
Together.
triangle begins.
Yeah. Then bad news hits. Ted's character, his girlfriend, the girl that they were going to get married at the beginning, runs off, and he goes to the inn to console himself because he knows that his friend was hurt the same way, and now he ends up dancing with her, and they say he's going to be the new partner. So now you have the triangle starting all over again.
Yeah.
And you have Bing Crosby's character not wanting Ted to steal, so he comes up with all these shenanigans on how to keep them apart on every holiday. And there's a lot of great musical numbers.
How did you guys like February?
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Okay.
It's not February.
I think it's February.
February 12th.
Yeah.
I think it's something that we have to mention.
Yeah.
But let's continue with the plot if you have more.
Okay. Well, long story short, there's that triangle, and we won't spoil the ending for you just in case you haven't seen it. But like I said, there's
No spoilers.
no
in this
spoilers.
in this 1942 movie.
1942 movie. But you know, you know what? A lot of people haven't seen Holiday Inn. They've seen White Christmas. They haven't seen Holiday Inn.
I hadn't.
So it is a classic movie, and it does center around Christmas. Like I said, Bing Crosby sings White Christmas for the first time. It wasn't the movie White Christmas. It was played first in this one. It has a lot of great dance numbers as well. Fred Astaire is amazing.
Well, let's talk about why this is called a musical and how it differs from what we think of as a musical.
Sure.
So Grease, let's say Grease, because I know that one the best.
Yep.
You're going to have a couple of lines of dialogue, and then suddenly the whole student union is going to break into song, and there's going to be like storytelling through the song, and at the end of the song, they go back into dialogue.
Right.
Okay. Well, this is the same, but it's almost like what they're expecting to do is put on performances for audiences.
Right.
We want 5 dance numbers, and we want 3 songs. Let's write a movie around those. They don't really have much to do with the movie.
No, those are the performances that.
Of the holidays.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, okay, you're going to have some movie, and then boom, there's an intermission performance kind of thing.
Right. Like our understanding of a musical isn't that they're putting on a show. It is part of the movie.
Yeah. And what did you think about that?
I liked it a lot because the songs and the music still went with the movie because they were being performed on a certain holiday, and they got to blend in the holiday. It came with the theme of the movie.
Yeah, but if I was watching this, I would not say that I just watched a musical. And I know it's classified as a musical, but I would not say that that's a musical. That's like saying Rockstar is a musical. It's not. It's a movie with music acts within it.
It was a different style for sure. Now, like you said, Fred Astaire was amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people are out there and who's saying that, you know, I grew up watching Fred Astaire, and you know, and a lot of people try and emulate him and repeat what he does and everything, and he says, why can't anybody just look as natural and as fun
He has so much grace, natural grace.
as he does? But everyone says, well, you know, you're like Fred Astaire. You're like Fred Astaire. Why does Fred Astaire stand out? It's because everyone else is trying to repeat Fred Astaire, and Fred Astaire is just dancing.
Yeah, Fred Astaire set the bar.
Like, he had 2 really good numbers in this. The part where he shows up drunk and he dances with the girl for the first time. Drunk dancing was really well done, very funny.
It's like drunk kung fu.
And then he does this other scene where he has to go on stage alone, impromptu, and he takes some
handful of bullets or whatever it was.
4th of July.
Yeah.
firecrackers, and then he does this number with firecrackers, and it turned out to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even at the beginning, when you first introduce the character, he's walking into his own Broadway show, and he's out there, he sees some kids performing, and then all of a sudden, he starts to dance, and they're just like that. And then he goes over to the Santa Claus, and the Santa Claus is just ringing the bell like that. And he goes, no, you got to go with the kids' music that's right beside you. And he teaches the Santa Claus. And then he wipes off the snow on the sign. And even when he's doing that, he looks so graceful, wiping. I can picture myself out in my car going, and I would look like a moron. But he looks so good.
He was trying to do that.
I know. But he looks so natural doing it. And I know how I dance. And I don't dance that way.
Agreed.
I'm one of these guys. Keeping my comfort zone. This is my comfort zone.
I know that you swing dance and stuff.
I used to, yeah. I can't do it anymore. But man, I would wish I could dance like he does.
Now,
or even sing like Bing Crosby.
The movie as a whole, like, it was okay. It was interesting. It had the emotional depth of the shallow end of a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like, it was. There's no emotional depth whatsoever. It was almost like sketch comedy level.
Right.
Emotion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, so they were just going through the story, and that was fine if you accept it for what it was. The other one, White Christmas, much more emotional depth, I think. But this one was still okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was enjoyable.
The ending of that, I liked how they took the Holiday Inn and they made a stage Holiday Inn. And it was the same stage that they've been filming for the whole movie, but they did it like Hollywood, and I liked that idea, and I didn't mind the ending at all. I thought it rang true, you know. And this time Ted takes it really well at the end of the movie.
No, it was contrived, but you accept it because there was no emotional depth through the whole movie.
And it's 1942 holiday movie.
And people didn't have emotions in 1942.
Name me a movie that's a musical that has in-depth screenwriting in 1942. Good luck.
Well, you've narrowed those parameters now. You didn't quite well.
Well, you got to take the time this was made into.
Well, there wasn't Casablanca and.
It's not a musical.
Gone
I'm
with the
saying
Wind.
musicals were meant to be lighthearted, quick and romantic. That's all musicals were back
no
then.
emotion in any of
and
that.
it was really good. Tell me there was no music. Did you not see her, Marjorie Reynolds' expression at the end when she's singing? You can tell she's thinking about Bing Crosby back at the inn and wishing she was still there.
Yeah, but the whole lead up to that doesn't really give credence to how she's feeling. There's no good emotional build up to that point. It's just, okay, now we have to have you cry. Okay, can you do a cry? Okay, good. It fits the story. That's
And
it.
honestly, I mean, there were no scary parts in this movie.
There is a performance that is completely normal to them where they do blackface.
Yes.
Okay? They're not making fun of anybody,
No.
but it is a blackface performance.
Something that would not be acceptable today.
No, I'm surprised that this movie is anywhere today, that it hasn't been burned.
Right? Yeah. Because of that.
People are very, very sensitive about these things now. And even though this was a normal part of American history back then, it still surprises me.
I'm a little bit surprised, but I think that this movie should be available for people. I think that we should be able to view actual history, and if we're uncomfortable with it, we're uncomfortable with it, and that's good. But by deleting things that we're uncomfortable with, that's no way to move forward.
Yeah, I thought they just did put it in the movie because it was a regular part of life back then. It's not like they were trying to offend anybody.
And there was a method to the madness. There was a reason that he wanted to do that in the movie. He wanted to hide her from him. And that's one of the reasons he decided to do that, because they originally weren't going to do it. So it does come into, and 1942.
It did make me cringe a little bit.
Oh, now, yeah.
Yeah, but any movie you watch...
I was like, is that Justin Trudeau?
Every black and white movie you watch from those eras, they portray people completely different than you portray people now. Agreed?
Agreed.
And the difference is, we know the difference. And we can see it, and we appreciate that, okay, that's the way it was, and it's not that way anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
And they did, albeit she was the housekeeper, a servant.
Yeah.
That was her role. But the black lady character, everything seemed respectful around her character and her kids, and I liked her as a character.
And
she was very good.
she actually is the one that saves the day.
Yeah. She added actually the most emotion to the movie.
Yeah, she told him, listen, you're being a little bit of a dork. Okay, do this.
Fix it. Yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't treat each other like housekeeper, and they treated almost like friends, even though he was the boss.
Well, I mean, she was under his employ.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
So-
it was respectful, dealing with a very sensitive topic. Nowadays, it's sensitive. Back then, it wasn't
right.
so much.
But it's good to acknowledge it and move past it.
Would you watch Holiday Inn again, or suggest it, or recommend it to anybody?
I watch it every year. It's a great musical, good songs,
6 times
good
a year.
dancing. I watch Holiday Inn every holiday, every Christmas.
Okay, I
There
didn't.
are movies I watch every Christmas, and that's one of them.
I never heard of this title before you sent.
See,
Hey.
that's what I mean.
Well, I mean,
everyone,
I've read the title. I've never seen it.
everyone sees It's a Wonderful Life, and everyone sees White's Christmas. And Holiday Inn is just as good as either one of those, in my opinion. All right.
Okay.
Let us know what you guys think. Have you seen Holiday Inn? If you haven't, Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn. Check it out. It is a classic holiday movie. And what would you rate it?
Oh, it's tough to rate these. 1942 movie. Come
I'm
on.
giving it an 8 for the time. Because it's a
For
classic.
the time. So take yourself back to 1942 and it's an 8.
I've seen better black and white classic movies from a long time ago. I would give this maybe 6.5, 7.
I'd be right about there.
See, I like musicals probably better than these guys do, so I would give it an 8. I like the dance numbers and I like the songs, so I'm okay with that.
Again, not a real musical.
Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Have you seen the movie? Are you going to check it out? And do you watch it every year if you do watch it? Because most people have their favorite holiday movies, and this is one of them for me. Until next time, we'll see you on the channel.